Tracy here. Thank you for joining me today. So wanted to talk a little bit about how to ground, clear, and protect your energy every day. Whether everyone is an empath, we can all absorb energy. Some are just a little bit more sensitive to it than others. Either way, you really want to kind of protect your energy every day, ground down. Grounding is especially important if you do not have a lot of earth element in your chart. I have a lot of fire and air, not a lot of air, but I have air and a lot of fire. I do have earth, but it's retrograde, so all that earth energy I internalize. So for me, it's especially important to ground, and so you really want to make sure that you are doing that as well. So what I do every day, I walk outside, assuming the weather's good, first thing in the morning before I've really begun my day and interacting with other people. And I go stand outside, preferably in grass. I know it can be a little wet. Sometimes, I'll stand on my concrete and just kind of be outside in there. And, you can do it in your house too if it's too cold or wet, or, if the elements are working against you. And so the first thing I do to ground down, I stand there and feel present in my body, feel my feet on the earth, and then I call all my scattered energy back and imagine it coming to my head. And then I send all that energy down through my body and feel it, and imagining it go all through my body, my head, my neck, my shoulders, all the way down through my legs and all the way down into my feet. And then when it gets to my feet, I imagine roots growing down into the earth, down, all to the middle of the earth where the roots grow. And I say I'm grounded, safe, and protected. I'm worthy of being here. And anything that you want to add, I'm in the present moment. I'm here in the day. And just really kind of pause and recognize yourself as worthy of being present here on earth. You are supposed to be here, and you're worthy to take up space, and you should be in your body. Sometimes we get, especially depending on your chart, if you got a lot of fire or air, you might be out here, and it's really important to bring that down. So then after I ground, I then clear. And one thing I learned when I did my Reiki training was the dry bathing. And so I kind of bathe off my arms and then kind of just shake all the way down my body. I'm still standing up, and and then I kind of do my back, and I just kind of shake it all out. And I say I remove everything that no longer serves my highest and greatest good. And then I ask for white healing light to come from the heavens. And I imagine that light just kind of pouring over me. And I just stand there while I just feel it washing all over me and moving all down my body and all the way down to my toes. Just bathe in that beautiful healing white light. And then I imagine kind of like I'm Dorothy in the tornado. I'm a little black tornado that comes and takes all that energy, and I imagine it going off to the heavens, and I say, may any energy that does not serve my highest and greatest good go back to the universe to be transmuted and transformed into love and light and the highest, greatest good. So then after that, I do my protection bubble. And so I imagine myself, protection bubbles, very important. I'll tell you my story in a minute. Then I imagine myself in my white healing light bubble. And I'm just standing there bathed in that beautiful white light. And I just send all my white light out into my bubble, and then I call it back in. And then I layer my bubble with what I want in my life. And I do, success, love, just anything that you want. And then I also add Reiki into my bubble. So that my energy is cleared and healed through the day. And then I just imagine there's a shield that goes around my light bubble, and that any energy that anyone tries to give me that does not serve my highest and greatest good, or any energy that I come in contact, it cannot enter my bubble And I just imagine myself safe in this bubble, and that any energy that anyone sends, it reflects back to them for them to confront and deal with, and it's just not something that I have to take on. And I do that every morning before I meditate and before I start my day and get going, because I just don't want to absorb anyone else's energy. There's enough out there that I got my own stuff. I don't want to take on anyone else's. For example, I was doing something the other day, and this lady came in, and she was just negative, just extremely negative. Everything, and she was like conspiracy theory. I mean, you could just tell she poor thing was probably lonely. She just watched, I guess, propaganda. She was a whole mess. It was just a chaotic mess of just negativity. And I'm not gonna go into everything she said, but she complained about everything. And if she was the type of lady, you could tell if you gave her everything that she was complaining about, like the best doctor, the best whatever she needed, it would never have been good. She was just wrapped in that negative flow of energy, and it would take a lot of awareness for her to get out of that. And I'm sitting there, and all I'm thinking is, this is going to go south, and I don't want to be here. And I just kind of got the feeling the universe just needs you to listen to her and hold space for her. And I was like, okay, I will do that. So she just kept talking and complaining about everything, and I didn't say anything. I let her talk and do her thing, what she needed to do. And the whole time, I'm just imagining myself safe in my bubble. And I was like, this is not my energy. This is her energy. I'm not going to let it attach to me. And I just kept visualizing. I was like, I know the universe wants me to hold space for her. I'll hold space, but this is not for me. I don't let in anything that's not of the highest greatest good. And I just kept imagining myself. And then after she left, and I didn't feel heavy, in the same way as if I had, not bubbled and had, because you'd be around heavy, dense people, angry, hate-filled. You start picking up some of that, and sometimes you don't really know where your energy begins and where your energy ends, and sometimes you even get thoughts in your head, and you're like, well, I don't really feel like that. And a lot of times it's from other people that you're picking up, and it just might not be a clear boundary. So it's very important to make sure you're grounding, clearing, and protecting your energy every day, and setting that space to protect your energy. You are an energetic body, so it's really make sure that you're keeping your container safe. Especially right now, there's so much out there that we don't want to attract, and it's really mindful to do our best not to let some of that in, whether it is one-to-one, whether it's scrolling on, I just got rid of some more apps. I'm like, I can't be on social media in a lot of ways, except just to do work stuff. But I can't, ingest that. You start feeling heavy and dense, and they want you to, like a lot of the media is just to keep you, and what you watch on TV, if you watch real heavy and violent stuff. So really it's not just grounding, clearing, protecting every day, but you want to make sure you're very mindful of what you're attracting and putting into your body, visually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and what you're letting in the people that you're around. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But I hope that helps, and please like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, and have a great day.